What's good, family? It's kind of what time is it? Damn, it's 11:30, and I'm sitting up here getting ready to make this video. By the way, IOBA. My name is TC, and I was thinking about what me and my nephew had to do today to make that damn rental property look like something. After I let that sister rent that place that I knew wasn't really right for her. So we over there today, and we've taken out the carpet and we're putting in the vinyl flooring in the living room because the carpet had to go. And I just so happened to go around to the backyard while my nephew was working. He's doing his thing. He's laying the floor while he's working, and I go around in the back. Now, the backyard in the back of that building is not level. There's a little area there where it'll collect water, and you have almost like a little pond there. The artist in me wants to take that and do something with it, but that ain't what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about right now is there's a storage area in the back of the house, and up until now, up until today, I hadn't even looked in that damn thing. I was under the assumption that the lady that moved out owing me almost $4,000 and leaving all of that crap in the front yard and making the rug so bad till I couldn't even clean it. I had to rip it up and replace it. That lady, I figured she had gone and that was it. I figured she never even looked in that storage area. Boy, was I wrong. So I opened up the storage area. And then, first the key wouldn't work and I had to fart around with that for a while. Then I got the key and I opened it up. Lo and behold, 5 or 6 more bags of her shit. I'm talking wigs. I'm talking old purses, shoes, and a shitload of clothes. About 3 more bags of shit in this little storage area, no bigger than a walk-in closet, a small walk-in closet, basically. So I had to bag all that shit up and drag it out to the front. Clean that out. I'm just glad nobody actually came there to look at that house today. But a lady did come by. A woman did have an appointment. She made an appointment with us on Zillow. And she had an 11 o'clock appointment for this morning. And so my nephew hadn't got there yet. Today's his birthday. He was out a little late last night. What are you going to do? I don't blame him. He just turned 40. So he was a little bit slow getting started this morning. Now, to his credit, once he got started, he stayed on the job and we wrapped it up. I even gave him every bit of money he asked me for because I was impressed with how well he did this job. And I believe he deserved it. But the white woman came by to look at the place, and she seen me. And I'm outside. I got my truck back then, and I'm outside working. And she just kind of looked at her phone and looked at the house, and she just drove on. I've had this problem before, being a black landlord. Once they seen that the house was owned by a nigga like me, all of a sudden they ain't want it. Now, truth be told, when they do that, I'm glad, because usually people who do that kind of shit are usually a pain in the ass, and you don't want them as tenants anyway. But she do the shit because she's a racist bitch. And she either don't want to rent from no nigga or don't really believe I own the house. Either way, I'm good with it. Because if they rent the house, they're in my house and they're racist towards black people, they're going to be a pain in the ass of a tenant. I remember back in, what the fuck was it, 1995, when I bought my first house. My nephew was commenting today on exactly how old I am. He was like, damn, Unc, you that old? I'm like, yeah, I'm that fucking old, nephew. But anyway, back in 1995, I had a piece of property, and I'm renting to this woman, and black woman, beautiful black woman. She happened to be married to a white boy, and the white boy happened to be working as a prison guard. And having that white boy in my house, even as a tenant, and he was as the boyfriend of a tenant, but just having that white boy in my house with that attitude he had made me nervous. I didn't give a fuck that she was married to a white boy. I really didn't. Because where I come from, that shit happens all the time. I didn't give a fuck that she was married to a white boy. But she was married to a white boy who thought that he was somehow in charge of all black people because he was a prison guard at the local jail. And I'd see his motherfucking ass from time to time because I lived upstairs. And he'd always have something fucked up to say to me. I couldn't wait to get rid of his motherfucking ass. But that's that inborn superiority complex that they have that they can't even put their finger on. You know? So when the white woman came by today and kind of looked and seen me and just looked at her phone and drove the fuck off, it's best for her and me that she did that shit. But anyway, we got the place ready today. And a few more cosmetic things that I have to do, and the place will be ready to be really shown, you know, as a rental. But landlording is a bitch, man. Being a landlord trying to get your rent, it's a bitch. I only had, this is fucked up. I did have a piece of property out by Atlantic Beach. That's where me and Lauren go to, you know, the beach because we could take our dog out there. But we had a piece of property out there. And I'm going to go ahead and say it like it is, man. I had a white girl in there, paid her rent on time. You can fucking count on it. Money in the bank. Then, after her, I had a brother in there. He paid his rent, but he was a pig. There, I said it. And he was lazy. He was sorry. I ain't gonna say he was lazy. He was sorry. I mean, when that motherfucker moved, the grass in the backyard, I'm a short motherfucker. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, but it was up to my knees. The shit was like up to my knees. I had to call in professionals to cut that shit down in the backyard. It's like he never, not only did he never look in the backyard, he never stepped foot in the fucking backyard. The whole time he was there, the whole year he was there. And he smoked and lied about it and he punched a hole in the wall. The nigga tore my apartment up. And then the next people that came in there was a black woman, had this tall Haitian boyfriend who she was trying to get in the country. We cut her some slack because she couldn't come up with the money. And she flaked and moved after about 4 months. The third month, she was already late And you call her about it, she was all that's on this, oh, I don't care about it, I'm about to move anyway, I'm going to be out of there by the weekend. That kind of shit. Giving you attitude. After we gave her a break because she was crying and slobbing out the mouth like if we didn't rent to her, she didn't have nowhere to go. Her and her boyfriend would have been homeless. That type of shit. You know what? But from this point on, I hate to sound cliche and everything, but no more Mr. Nice Guy. I ain't said that shit or heard. Hey, Ziggy, my dog just came and visited with me. I ain't heard that shit in a long time. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Fuck him. I don't know if people out there have ever seen the movie Goodfellas. It's an old gangster movie. And there's a scene in it that goes something like this. Your house caught fire and burned to the ground? Fuck you. Pay me. Your dog died, got hit by a car, and you can't, fuck you. Pay me. A motherfucking hurricane came through and blew that bitch off. Fuck you. Pay me. That's the attitude you got to take. What did I seen another movie long time ago with this old white actor named Joe Pesci. And he was taking his son around. He was an old slumlord in Harlem. And he didn't want to hear that shit. Just make him pay the rent. Fuck you, get the rent. I don't want to hear that shit. Give me my fucking rent. And you almost got to take that kind of attitude these days with people if you're going to be a landlord. Now, full disclosure, I really am not that kind of brother. I really do want to give people a chance when they fall on hard times. I really do. Because I've been there. I've been behind in the rent. Not as far as a month and 2 months and all of that, but I've been tight. I've had to make hard choices. But that's what your 30s and 40s and 20s anyway. And sometimes all the way up into your 50s. That's what it's all about in this country. But after a certain time, you're supposed to figure it out. You're supposed to settle on what level you're going to live at. You got to figure out what means you're going to live at. You got to be like, I make $50,000 a year. This is what I can have, and this is what I can't have. Because if you make 50, 30, 40, 50, 55K a year, and it's two of you, you double that, and you live at that level. Because I'm going to tell you something. $550, right? In 2000 and what the fuck was over there? 2006, I paid for the apartment I was living in. I had 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room, kitchen, upstairs, beautiful. Had to be a good, I'm gonna say 1,000 square feet for $550. I mean, they gentrified the motherfucker while I was there, but $550. You could afford to live there. I could afford to live there on one of my jobs. I had like 3 of them, but one of my jobs. You try that shit now, it ain't gonna work. Ain't nowhere you can live like that. Nowhere. So the value of $1 is going way the fuck down. Way down. And $500 would buy then what $1,500 you need to buy now. You dig me? $500 apartment is 300% more right now than it was in 2007. I know because I'm renting one of them bitches out. And it's sad that it's got to be like that. But that's the way it is. And that's the way we got to look at business going forward as black people. Because that's what's going to be coming at us. But you know, though, on some real junk, though, I tell people how much my rent is, and they say, ooh, that's good. I said, really? Yeah, that's about right. So they've become conditioned to believe that these high-ass rents are normal, and they're not. That shit is mind control. They've been conditioned to believe that these high-ass rents for these little bitty spaces are justified, and they're not. I don't know. It's just like the total and complete devaluation of the currency. That's what's happening. I mean, $100 bill is a new 20. You dig me? That you go in Walmart and try to leave that bitch without dropping $100. It's like spending $20 in, say, 1999 or whatever. It's crazy the way money has been devalued. It's the same shit. If I'm going to do a video on that, you got to put money in its proper perspective. You really do. This video running long, though, and I'm going to edit the shit out of it, but anyway. Y'all take care. Y'all keep your head on straight. Y'all don't take nothing for granted. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Don't nobody understand nothing except the bottom line. Once you understand that, you'll know how to function in this Donald Trump administration for the next 4 years at least. And then even after that, because ain't nothing going to change after that. But you'll learn how to function going forward. Anyway, thanks for coming by, listening to me talk my shit. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. Hit the like button on the way out. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. And then I'm on, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep going, I guess. TC, and I'm out. Peace.